Hi, I'm Chef Raphael and welcome to today's episode. I'm going to show you how to make a simple pasta dish. One of the main things in this particular recipe, I'm using a pesto, the pesto from Barilla. I'm adding in chicken. I have added some cherry tomatoes and some cream now to make it nice and creamy. Let's get started and you see how simple it is to make it. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so that you're actually notified whenever I have a new recipe out. And I have weekly recipes and videos, and you can go back to my other videos, past videos, and see the many other recipes that I've done, both baking and cooking. Now today's recipe brought to you by Barilla pasta. I'm using Farfalle pasta, for the one that looks like a bow tie. The pasta together with the pesto. Pesto is basically a blend of basil, Parmesan cheese, nuts, garlic, and olive oil, and it's ready-made here. So first of all, we need to start cooking the pasta. This is a very fast dish. Make sure your water is boiling and add a generous amount of salt. So I'm making enough for about 2 people. Always look at the time. An al dente is when you want it to be firm. You want to be a little bit crunchy. That's what al dente is. So I'll put this aside. If you stir it when it's already cooked, let's say for about 3 minutes, they will be already stuck together and in a way that you cannot remove them. So stir them about a minute and a half into the cooking time. The ingredients that I have here: cherry tomatoes, the chicken, the cream, and the pesto. Just these ingredients and this will make this dish really delicious. How you know that the can is not open? Firm when you press it, and when you open it, you'll hear a popping sound like that, and when you close it, it will be pressable. So when you're buying it, always check if you have this, because if this is already open, that's what will happen. So when you get one of these, this can last you a lot, because you only need to use a little amount of pesto to make a dish whenever you're making it. Now we'll put this aside. The first thing we need to do is to while the pan is hot, I'll add a little bit of oil to cook the chicken. Now if you have onion, for sure you can also add some onion, but I just wanted to show you how you can do this quick dish with just a very few ingredients. So the first thing you need to do is to brown the chicken, and what I'm going to add here is just black pepper. So this is enough for 2. I'm not going to add salt because the pesto has salt, and also I put salt into the pasta. So when the chicken has already started to brown, and because right now it's almost cooked, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of pesto. I'll also add the cherry tomatoes at this stage, because I also want them to cook a little bit more. Stir and add the cream. I've actually reduced the heat. So the amount of pesto is actually also determined by how green you want it. So I want it a little bit more greener than that, so I'll add a little bit more. So I've reduced the heat so that it actually cooks slowly, and we are waiting for the pasta to finish cooking. So drain off the water from the pasta when it's ready and add it. So it's as simple as that. Again, if you feel you need more pesto, to be honest, you can always add it. Remember, pesto is something that is ready made. So serve when it's hot. I love the contrast of tomatoes and the pesto. And then sprinkle a generous amount of Parmesan cheese. So there you have it, a simple but delicious dish. The creaminess of the cream and the pesto and then the tomato taste has blended it together. The pasta is al dente. It's as simple as that. Remember, we are using the Barilla Farfalle pasta for this recipe, but you can actually use any other pasta for the same, whether it's penne, whether it's linguine, or even spaghetti. The trick is having that balance of the pesto and the cream. Cream helps in making it saucy, and my touch is actually adding in the tomatoes, because there's that contrast of the tomato and the creamy and the pesto. So until next time, make sure you subscribe to the channel and be notified whenever I have a new recipe out, and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.